There you go again. 2 up on proper off-road terrain with bumps, plenty of them. Well, that's standing up anytime and every time. Off-road, the best thing to do is to stand up. That is what you're supposed to do. Okay. A quick demonstration of how to lift the motorcycle if it falls on its side, and this is more like me giving you a tip, and this may not be the right way to go about lifting your motorcycle if it has fallen down. Number one thing that I consider when you ride a motorcycle which is heavy as this 200 kilos, is the fact that you should be strong enough to be able to pull this off on your own. Always ride a motorcycle that you can handle well. As simple as that. It's a simple equation. Off-road, on-road, anything for that matter. Ride a motorcycle that you can control. You can control it. Do not ever buy a motorcycle which you barely can move around, let alone lift if it's fallen on its side. So today's demonstration is going to be me lifting it by just using brute force, and then lifting it with a technique. It sounds cliche. There's been millions of videos that have been made on this topic, but that being said, let this be more like an exclusive Himalayan video on how to lift a fallen Himalayan. Okay, so there you go. Without further ado, let's just get into the video. So the first things first, you need to drop the motorcycle on its side. There you go. The motorcycle resting on the floor like that. It is definitely a painful sight. So the first advice would be, if you see something like this in front of you, do not be affected by it. Do not feel terrible for the motorcycle. Do not feel bad, and quickly rush into lifting. Take your time. Just be super calm, super easy. Have a nice laugh when you see something like this. Just be happy that you don't get to see a sight like this quite often, and this has happened out of the blue for you. So if the motorcycle is on the ground, the first thing that you do, if this is going to be brute force, this is not going to be me using a technique. The first thing you do is you gently hold the handlebar and you somehow pull it to that height, and then once you know that it is resting on its crash bars, hold the handle, put your knee to the tank, hold this side, or find a place to grip the motorcycle, and there you go. Just lift it with brute force. Nothing but that. It's as simple as that. This is the most common, easiest way to lift the motorcycle off the ground. So the first thing that you keep in mind is when you use a technique, you put the bike in gear, preferably the first gear, so that the bike doesn't move forward and backward as when you're trying to lift it. So once it's on gear, it's an easy process. Just watch. So if the bike falls down like that, if the bike's on the floor like that, then the best way, hold the helmet and yeah, hold it like that, hold it like that, hold it like that, hold it like this. Perfect. If the bike is on the ground like that, the easiest way to go about lifting it is get the handlebar, get the saddle stay or whatever stay, pillion, grab rail, whatever, and then gently with all your strength, engage your core and lift that much. Once you have the machine like that, this time at this point you can sit on the machine, sit and then push, walk backwards. All that you need to do is just walk backwards. Once you find that sweet spot where you don't have to hold the entire weight of the motorcycle, don't push it any further, it will fall on the other side. Once you have a good control of the motorcycle and you don't feel the weight of the motorcycle anymore, don't push backwards because it will fall on the other side. This is the side where I have the kickstand, not on the other side. So once you have it in this position where you can rock it and you can sit on it comfortably, all you need to do is gently twist your body, walk backwards. That's it. As simple as that. Yep, there you go. Once you lift it a little bit off the ground, just this much off the ground, put your hip to the seat and walk backwards. As simple as that. Okay, so the next method on how to go about lifting the motorcycle. Pretty easy, but requires you to have some strength in your arms. Just give it a shot and see if you guys can try this. But if you can't, stay away from this because this will drain you. This will drain you a lot during the trip. You don't want to be super drained on an off-road trail. That's the last thing you want. So if you have the strength, enough strength in your arms, then hold the handlebar with both the arms. Come closer, Ashi. Give all your strength to your core, and then it's just a one-way process. Lift, lift. There you go. That's it. That's how easy it is if you have the strength. That's how easy it is if you have the strength. Kindly do not try this if you start feeling the opposite of anything like a movement, an upward movement. If the bike doesn't want to lift itself, if you feel like the bike is just not budging, then kindly quit on this because this drains you. This drains you like hell because this is all your arms and your core. And if your arms go for a toss, you will not be able to continue the trip. So the best way to lift is the first two methods that I shared with you. Brute force by holding the handlebar and the grab rail is far better than trying to lift it with just the handlebar. So that's the whole of it. If you guys like the video and if any of these videos are making sense and you know, if you guys get to learn anything from these videos and you're inspired to work on your motorcycle or ride it better, then kindly consider subscribing to the channel and leave a huge thumbs up to these videos every single time you watch them. I shall continue to churn out wonderful videos with every single episode. Kindly support and you will have wonderful videos coming your way. This is Srinagar during Corona times.